eardrum.
He's getting caught.
His opponent.
And Sheamus wasted little time heading to the ring, and we're under.
From Dublin, Ireland, weighing
Way. This one is going to be an all-out war. Remember what happened
at 260
last week, Corey? Sheamus knocking off Grayson Waller. Rusev was
7 pounds. Sheamus
but again get involved.
Rusev viciously attacking the Celtic Warrior with Sheamus's own shillelagh. Sheamus very eager, as is Rusev, to mix it up once again. No,
This is going to be a banger.
absence of malice in this one tonight.
And now, for the 5th time ever, Rusev just mounting Sheamus and hammering away with the right hands. A good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Again, this is such a deep, personal, intense rivalry. And the first one in almost a year here in WWE. We've talked about it a number of times, Corey. It dates back to WWE. And that shillelagh that Sheamus is carrying. The Rusev leaving WWE back in 2019. Hey, that's legal under these rules.
Well, the referee's taking it.
Rusev believed that he did what he had to do in his career, and Sheamus abandoned
Off him. It has to be away from Sheamus, at least for the
him as a result. Whereas Sheamus believes
bell to ring, and we've got 2 men intensely
every man is good enough to stand on their own 2 feet. Rusev
staring each other down, former faction mates in the
have no exception. But tonight, Sheamus looking to settle this score.
dreadful League of Nations.
Yeah, 2 men that.
For once and for all.
And now Sheamus sending Rusev kicked you out of the League of Nations.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Up over the top rope to the floor.
Listen,
Through their last several encounters, these two have redefined
footballs who do not like the sight of each other.
the term brutality as pertains to WWE action.
We're throwing down in Paris.
Yeah, Sheamus, the only super
Action.
Oh, and Rusev with a kick right to the midsection. Started with pin Rusev since Rusev returned. Dropping Sheamus to a knee.
Celtic Warrior got a little over it.
To WWE. Rusev holds the
Eager and nearly sent through the barricade by the ball.
career lead in matches between these two, but
Bulgarian.
Rusev, this really is the rubber match of the recent intense look on his face. Rivalry, and look at Sheamus now, pound and ground.
Oh, God, the way
Driving Sheamus back into the ring.
we started off here, this may be one of the shortest matches in history. Immediately hitting 10s against
It's odd that this relationship became so sour.
each other, potato after potato.
Sheamus and Corey, these men were very, very close. A decade. And Rusev battled each other for the better part of a decade ago.
I think it all boils down to Rusev's unique
Decade here in WWE.
worldview in that he believes he returned to
I'll tell you right now, we teamed up at WrestleMania in 2017
WWE so that the rest of the roster could learn from his mistakes.
against the New Day. I had to break up a fight in
Rusev believes he returned to WWE
for the gorilla position before we went out between
the betterment of the industry. Whether or not any
Sheamus and Rusev. That was before the match even
anybody else views that to be the case.
Sheamus doesn't as
Rusev started. There's a lot of bitterness between these two about the way
Rusev bulls his way into Sheamus and drives him toward the corner.
Sheamus was running the League of Nations, and that bitterness
We're at the Barclays Center tonight.
has never left Rusev.
Brooklyn, Monday Night Raw. These men battled for the United States champ. Raw after SummerSlam. And what a kick by Championship at one point in their career. And now this is just about Rusev again dropping Sheamus. Beating the hell out of each other. Who's the bigger?
You can hear the WWE Universe tonight in Brooklyn. Obviously,
Man, this is personal.
I mean, you know, coming into this one, you're
obviously not feeling any hangover from SummerSlam. What a weekend.
getting that hell beaten out of you. You're going to beat the hell
And it was.
Barclays Center here. Speaking of SummerSlam.
out of your opponent. The question is, who can take
Back in 2015, Sheamus with a
more abuse? Both can dish it out. We know that.
great matchup and a win over the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
But somebody's crumbling tonight.
Two of the toughest on that night.
And look at this, just blatant
Men on the planet.
disrespect from Rusev, stomping on the face.
The shot by Sheamus and now blows to the midsection
Of a fallen Celtic Warrior.
Rusev's hungry knee by Rusev. Now Rusev looking at Corey. It's been 6 years since she's held the championship here. Suplex Sheamus into the tables. Sheamus able to count in WWE that the United States title. Honor and deliver a suplex of his own.
Sheamus is
Oh, and what an uppercut by Rusev.
Well, you'd have
boots turn to lead whenever he wants to. Trust me, he's
to imagine it's safe to say that Rusev has designs on holding gold.
hit me with him enough times, but those heavy boots that Sheamus can
Again here in WWE, but right now, priority one is
him in handy there. Rusev just didn't have the power to lift the big
disposing of Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus, a four-time world
Irishman.
and now Rusev driven champion. Rusev into the barricade by Sheamus. The Celt again dropping Sheamus, this time with a knee to the midsection. One thick warrior, a four-time world champion.
For sure, since returning to WWE, Rusev's gotten himself perhaps in the best
As a Hall of Fame
physical condition of his career. He's a little lighter than he was
resume with the United States titles and tag teams.
his first run.
Sheamus looks great as well. Titles, a Rumble victory, Money in the Bank, once King of the Ring. Well,
No doubt about it.
the Celtic
It is astounding that Sheamus is
warrior now trying to lift Rusev up on his shoulder.
had over 15 years at the very top of this game. This fight
Oh no, not a white noise from here.
style has not changed with age.
This'll end Rusev once and for all.
From the city, you slow down a little. You have to amend when you fight.
Second rope to Rusev.
Fighting old father time. No, oh God.
Kendo stick by
Sheamus might have taken a little out of himself in the process.
Rusev.
Oh, Rusev completely sucking in Sheamus there. Sheamus with that. Shillelagh thought he was getting a cheap shot in, but no, denied.
Now Rusev. The kendo stick like a baseball bat.
A bit of a rough landing for the Celtic Warrior. Landed awkwardly on his hip while delivering White.
These are those game-changing moments. Who gets the big
Noise from the middle rope, but Rusev is in pain.
Corey, I'm
shots in first in a match like this, and now
still trying to figure out the psyche of these two.
Rusev fresh as a daisy. Sheamus looks like he's
Like, why do you want to go into the ring each and every night and beat the hell out of each
been hit by a Mack truck.
other like this?
Well, listen, you've known Sheamus longer than I have, and one thing is
And now Rusev with Sheamus in
absolutely certain about the Celtic Warrior. He lives
position here on the apron. Usually Sheamus will use this
for the fight. It makes Sheamus feel alive. Sheamus
for the 10 beats of the modern.
So Rusev go for the
believes it's his purpose on this planet to fight.
eyeballs there. Perfectly legal in this match.
And Rusev
To be a gladiator, to be a juggernaut.
delivering Sheamus' own move to him. Rusev probably believes the same thing as well. Oh, Sheamus blocked that, delivered a right hand right up
Like the thud of a
on the chin, dropping Rusev to his knees.
bass drum. How's your diaphragm now?
Sheamus flexing.
Sheamus.
Sheamus has welts building
Little predator action at the expense of Rusev.
all over his body. How can a human being used in the near fight take as much punishment as Sheamus had like this? Count from our official Rod Zapata for 15, 20 years.
Yeah, the cumulative punishment.
Sheamus with a running knee.
Right under
Every match Sheamus has is a war. It doesn't matter who he's
the chin of Rusev. The Celtic Warrior now making the climb to the top turn.
taking on. You have to bring your heaviest artillery
Buckle.
Sheamus off the top rope and down goes
with this man. There's no light days in there. No
Rusev. Sheamus to the cover now. Hooks the leg.
light work with Sheamus.
Rusev exposing the turnbuckle. Leg, is it enough? Rusev kicks out. It's amazing how Sheamus went for the Irish Curse backbreaker, and now evenly matched these two men are as well. Oh, he delivers one there.
Oh, Rusev knew just how dangerous.
Both superstars possess knockout power in their hands, in
That was scrambled out the first time. Sheamus was not
their feet. Unbelievable athleticism
letting him get away that easy.
Yeah, these men know each other so well.
on display by Rusev.
Again, Rusev will go to the cover this time and know how to counter each other's offense. Near fall on Sheamus. Yeah, for two men, they've been hit with everything their opponent can throw. It weigh around 270 pounds. Cool at him over the years. And now it's Sheamus. They are so agile. Turn to use the kendo stick as a weapon. Great athletic ability.
For a long time. Rusev referred to himself as the super athlete. And it looks to be more true now than ever before.
Oh, and Sheamus
Just raking the back of Sheamus.
plowing through Rusev.
Smashing in the Adams.
That is just flat out brutal.
Apple of the Bulgarian.
Now driving his shoulder into the midsection of Sheamus.
And I'll tell you right now, all European rep.
Every single blow from these two men is just
When we come back to this continent, no matter who you fight,
malice filled.
No doubt about it. It's like swinging
and you raise your game. You want to put on a good showing.
cinder blocks at the ends of their arms. Knockout
You feel like this is our territory. Both these European
power possessed by both superstars. Incredible chins on one another.
men do not want to give a quarter this evening.
To be able to last this long. And what stands out most to me about Sheamus and
Sheamus has welts all over his body, and it hasn't slowed him down.
Rusev in particular are the gas tanks on these men.
He spent an entire career with welts all over his body.
Floating around 270, 280 pounds apiece.
It just makes him even tougher. It makes him fight harder. It
These guys can go.
Stamina is absolutely incredible.
fires him up. It wakes him up. It's terrifying.
As Rusev now looks to wear Sheamus down. Chinlock is not quite sure how many chairs Sheamus needs, but he's in.
This is a smart strategy by Rusev. Allows him to
That's a trio there.
recollect his thoughts while simultaneously
Talking up something menacing here.
inflicting punishment on Sheamus as massive
One with a chair and missed.
arms wrapped around the chin of the Celtic Warrior.
Sheamus trying to fight out. Rusev now caught him with a heel kick, and the chair bouncing out of this, but Rusev with his entire frame in off the face of Sheamus. Cover by Rusev. Remember, you can only control of Sheamus here. Win via pinfall or submission.
And that right there, we
Sheamus has got to do something to fight back into this match.
just witnessed is a major edge that Rusev has over almost every heavyweight out there. The virtue of his southern explosive movements that make all of the heavyweights look slow in comparison.
And we are back at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Monday night.
Rusev has that.
Yes, sudden impact of Rusev. Night Raw on Netflix live tonight. This has been a physical battle. And then the impact of the steel chair to the spine of, as we expected, Rusev and Sheamus. Recent matchups tied Sheamus. And now to the midsection. A win apiece. And Sheamus, well, a smile on his face as he continues to absorb this punishment.
That explosive movement that
Gonna make sure you saw the same thing I did, Cole. Sheamus is asking
opens up the doorway for this.
for more.
And Rusev saying, what is wrong with this guy?
Maximum brutality.
Kick right to the chest. And another. Yeah, Rusev who thrives. Another one. And Sheamus is feeding off chaos. Off the pain.
I'll tell you right now, you mentioned earlier you felt like this started because Sheamus was being, Rusev was being
Got caught.
something of a bully to the Alpha Academy. I'll argue.
And Sheamus with a body shot. And here's
Sheamus, his style has to be a bully.
here comes the Celtic Warrior.
His entire career And bullies don't like
Oh, and an Irish curse backbreaker.
other bullies. That's the real hatred between these two.
And once again, a smile walk.
Sheamus he's
Pushing over the face of Sheamus, who is in his
begging for Rusev to assault him.
element right now. There is nowhere the Celtic Warrior would
The harder you hit him, the tougher he gets.
rather be than in this moment engaged in
This is not
combat with someone as dangerous as Rusev.
Just bulldoze.
this is nightmare fuel for
Just through Rusev. And now Sheamus.
the opponent of Sheamus.
And Sheamus intercepts the check. Has Rusev where he wants him. There. Went for the 10 beats to the Balrog. Rusev hung Sheamus up on the top rope. Rusev with a kick to the midsection.
So your warrior don't dare lose.
Rusev's an intelligent competitor.
Oh, running knee right off the jaw.
Knee to the...
They're obviously learning from past experience against Sheamus.
Oh, and he ducked down. Isn't enough kick out? It's underneath the bro kick by Sheamus.
Sheamus tried to catch him.
No one home for Rusev right now. Glassy-eyed.
Himself, but to no avail. Still beat Rusev to the
And if Sheamus can drop the hammer here, he's got this one.
punch.
Will he get what he wants this time around? Impact! Powering Rusev. Rusev trying to power out. Sheamus trying to hook the arms in the ropes. Rusev
And how quickly
won't allow it to happen. And now, spine first off the
Sheamus turns it around, absorbs that punishment.
post goes Sheamus.
Shrugs it off. Can Rusev do the same?
Sheamus is hurt.
Now Sheamus gonna put Rusev
Right here beside our commentary table.
in position for the original.
The Celtic Warrior slowly making his way back to his
10 beats to the bottom.
feet, but Rusev now stalking Sheamus.
Just listen. Oh, look out, Graves. Look out, Graves. Sheamus now. Rusev right on our table. Rusev collapsing to the apron.
Yeah, you say, listen.
And into the
I could feel the vibrations buzzing through the arena
ring now to break the count.
on that one.
You felt that before, haven't you?
I
Our official understanding how personal this
have indeed once too many times, and now sat by you.
rivalry has become. Exercising a little leeway.
And now, Sheamus up over the bar.
But Sheamus sent into the steel ring stairs.
Yeah, getting crushed by the bar on the other side.
Sheamus shoulder first into the
See Sheamus slumped over a few
stairs here at ringside.
bars in my time. I'm sure that one was a bit more painful than normal.
The official now at a count of 4. And Rusev wanted to use the bar stool, and
Rusev just dumped out in the WWE Universe, but
Sheamus able to thwart that.
now the Bulgarian brute from behind.
Unique position. And now Rusev position for the Balrog. Delivering his own version of the 10 beats of the Balrog to Sheamus.
A little insult with him.
I just got chills.
Injury from Rusev.
I don't see any beers in this bar. That's my main issue. Sheamus looks like he's built up a bit of a thirst. Someone pour him a pint of the black stuff.
And Rusev now Well, both of these men are going to be counted out, I believe. Rusev trying to escape through the arena.
There's no count out.
Sheamus continues to pound away on Rusev.
In this match, technically it can go wherever it wants.
Be careful, Rod.
Sheamus with a shillelagh.
Sheamus turned around and
Oh no!
a fury and realized it was Rod Zapata, our referee, who had no choice but to throw this one out.
Now we got officials and agents
It is
coming down
chaos out here, Cole.
trying to
Oh my God!
Man, Sheamus is throwing people all over the place. And now Rusev
That has to be the most devastating
the face of Sheamus.
beat of the Bodhrán we have ever seen. Un shillelagh.
Rusev just collapsing. Chaos to the floor, and now Sheamus dragging him back into the ringside.
Oh no, Rusev has the shillelagh.
Ringside area.
Well, Rusev is a beaten man at this point of view.
Once again.
Of course, pinfall submissions have to take place in the ring.
Imagine the damage he can do with a shillelagh.
Which is why Sheamus didn't effectively win the match, right?
Drops Rusev and outmounts Rusev.
Right there and then. But it looks like victory
And the fight continues.
Let him fight.
is imminent.
I don't think they're going to have any choice. And Sheamus lifting Rusev. Up on his shoulders. Looked like he was going for white noise.
He's an absolute mess.
Rusev able to avoid that. Now driven into the chair.
Melee at ringside. Look at Rusev's eyes, Cole.
He looks. Then Rusev set up.
Fallen on his own sword.
Raised. Rabid.
And Sheamus looking to put the finishing touches to this masterpiece.
Sheamus
Rusev's
breaks with the Celtic cross.
Again.
Notice Rusev, and the fight continues. Isn't enough?
Get in between these two at your own peril, guys.
You're gonna. And the Donnybrook match continues.
Oh,
Need a hole in right PD precinct down here.
such a devastating landing.
These two have lost it.
Some